One day, they're going to look at your life and say, I never expected this from you. Not because you got lucky, not because somebody handed you an opportunity, not because everything went your way. They're going to say it because while they were making predictions, you were making progress. Right now, there are people who have already decided how your story ends. They think they know your limits. They think they know your potential. They think they know exactly what you're capable of. But here's the problem. Most people judge your future based on your present. They see where you are and assume that's where you'll stay. They see your struggles and assume you'll always struggle. They see your failures and assume you'll always fail. That's how average minds work. They mistake a chapter for the entire book. They mistake a setback for a destiny. They mistake a moment for a lifetime. Don't make the same mistake about yourself. Your current situation is not your final destination. Your bank account is not your future. Your mistakes are not your identity. Your failures are not your ceiling. The person you are today is not the person you have to remain. But change doesn't happen because you want it. Change happens because you earn it. That's the part nobody wants to hear. Everybody wants the confidence. Few people want the work that creates it. Everybody wants respect. Few people want the sacrifices required to earn it. Everybody wants a different life. Few people are willing to become a different person. You cannot outgrow their predictions while repeating the habits that created them. Read that again. You cannot outgrow their predictions while repeating the habits that created them. If you keep making excuses, they'll be right. If you keep procrastinating, they'll be right. If you keep waiting for motivation, they'll be right. If you keep choosing comfort over growth, they'll be right. The truth is simple. Your future is built by what you do when nobody is watching. When there is no applause, no recognition, no reward, no guarantee, just you and the decision to keep going. Most people quit because progress feels invisible in the beginning. The workouts don't show immediately. The studying doesn't show immediately. The discipline doesn't show immediately. The sacrifices don't show immediately. But neither does a tree when it's growing underground. For a long time, it looks like nothing is happening. Then one day, everyone notices what was being built in silence. Become that person. Become so committed to growth that your old limits can't keep up with you. Become so disciplined that excuses no longer sound convincing. Become so focused that distractions lose their power. Become so relentless that doubt has nowhere to live. Because one day, the people who underestimated you will be forced to update their opinion. Not because you argue with them, not because you beg them to believe in you, but because your results became impossible to ignore. That's the goal. Not revenge, not validation. Transformation. A version of yourself so strong, so disciplined, and so capable that every prediction made about you becomes outdated. And that transformation starts with what you choose to do today. Most people think success is one big moment, one breakthrough, one opportunity, one lucky day that changes everything. That's why most people never get there. They spend years waiting for the perfect moment instead of becoming the person who can create it. You cannot build an extraordinary life with ordinary habits. You cannot expect massive results from minimal effort. You cannot keep negotiating with your goals and then wonder why they never become reality. Every day you make a choice between comfort and growth, a choice between excuses and responsibility, a choice between staying the same and becoming better. The scary part is that these choices seem small when you're making them. Skipping one workout seems harmless. Wasting 1 hour seems harmless. Breaking one promise to yourself seems harmless. But small actions repeated daily become your future. The person who keeps choosing comfort doesn't notice the damage immediately. The person who keeps choosing discipline doesn't notice the reward immediately. That's why discipline is difficult. The consequences are delayed. The reward is delayed. The transformation is delayed. And most people quit before they ever see what they were capable of becoming. Don't be one of them. The life you want is hiding behind the work you're avoiding. Read that again. The life you want is hiding behind the work you're avoiding. The stronger body, the bigger business, the financial freedom, the confidence, the respect, the opportunities. They're all waiting on the other side of effort. Not wishes, not excuses, not motivation. Effort, real effort. The kind that hurts. The kind that demands sacrifice. The kind that forces you to wake up when you don't feel like it. The kind that requires action when your emotions are telling you to stop. Because your feelings are not always telling you the truth. Some mornings you'll feel weak. That doesn't mean you are weak. Some days you'll feel incapable. That doesn't mean you are incapable. Some moments you'll feel like quitting. That doesn't mean you should quit. You have to stop treating temporary emotions like permanent facts. Your mind will often try to protect you from discomfort, but growth lives inside discomfort. Strength lives inside discomfort. Greatness lives inside discomfort. Every person who achieved something remarkable had moments where they doubted themselves. The difference is that they didn't bow to that doubt. They kept moving. They kept showing up. They kept working, while others waited to feel ready. And here's something nobody talks about. The people who doubted you are not your biggest obstacle anymore. Your biggest obstacle is the version of yourself that still believes them. The version that hesitates. The version that second-guesses every move. The version that keeps asking for permission. The version that fears failure more than it desires success. That version has to go. Not tomorrow, not next month, today. Because every day you spend listening to that voice is another day your potential remains locked away. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution. It rewards consistency. It rewards people who keep going when keeping going becomes difficult. That's why your mission isn't to prove people wrong. Your mission is to become impossible to ignore, to become so skilled they can't overlook you, so disciplined they can't dismiss you, so committed they can't outwork you. And when that day comes, the predictions they made about you won't matter anymore, because you'll be living a reality they never saw coming. There is a version of you that your current habits will never allow you to meet. Think about that. A stronger version. A wiser version, a more disciplined version, a version capable of doing things that seem impossible to you right now. That person exists, but there is a price for meeting them. The price is change, and change is expensive, not financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, because growth demands that you let go of who you've been. Many people say they want a better life. What they really want is a better life without changing themselves. Life doesn't work that way. You cannot become exceptional while holding on to average habits. You cannot become powerful while staying comfortable. You cannot become respected while avoiding responsibility. At some point, you have to stop hoping for a breakthrough and become one. You have to stop waiting for confidence and start creating it. Do you know where confidence actually comes from? Not positive thinking, not motivational quotes, not wishful thinking. Confidence comes from evidence. Evidence that you can trust yourself. Evidence that you can keep your word. Evidence that when things get difficult, you don't run. Every time you do what you said you would do, you build that evidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you become stronger. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you gain self-respect. And self-respect changes everything. Because once you respect yourself, you stop accepting less from yourself. You stop making excuses. You stop lowering your standards. You stop settling for a life that is beneath your potential. That's when real growth begins. Not when life becomes easier, when you become stronger. The truth is that nobody cares about your excuses as much as you think. The world doesn't stop moving because you're tired. Opportunities don't wait because you're afraid. Time doesn't slow down because you're unprepared. Every day that passes is gone forever. Every hour is an investment. The question is simple. What are you investing in? Your future? Or your comfort? Your growth? Or your distractions? Your goals? Or your excuses? Because whether you realize it or not, you're building something every day. You're either building your dream life, or you're building regret. And regret is one of the heaviest things a person can carry. Imagine looking back 10 years from now. Imagine knowing exactly what you could have become, knowing the strength you could have built, the success you could have achieved, the opportunities you could have created, but realizing you never reached them because you chose comfort too often, because you kept postponing your potential, because you kept telling yourself that tomorrow would be different. Don't let that become your story. Make today different. Make this moment different. Start acting like the person you want to become before the results arrive. Train before you feel confident. Work before you feel motivated. Learn before you feel ready. Move before fear disappears. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite it. And every step you take in that direction puts distance between you and the person people expected you to be. Every day of discipline puts distance between you and their predictions. Every sacrifice puts distance between you and their doubts. Every action puts distance between you and your old limits. Keep going. Keep building. Keep evolving. Because the greatest surprise you can give the world is becoming someone they never thought you could become. At some point, you have to stop looking at your past for instructions. Too many people keep dragging yesterday into today. They keep replaying old failures, old embarrassments, old mistakes, old losses, as if the past has the authority to decide their future. It doesn't. Your past can teach you, but it cannot control you unless you allow it to. Some people are still living inside a version of themselves that no longer exists. They're carrying around old labels. The failure, the underachiever, the weak one, the person who never follows through, the person who always quits, the person who never succeeds. Those labels may have described who you were. They do not have to describe who you become. The problem is that many people become attached to their limitations. They become comfortable with them, not because they enjoy them, because they're familiar, and familiar feels safe, even when it's destroying your future. Growth requires you to leave that safety behind. Growth requires risk. Growth requires uncertainty. Growth requires stepping into a place where you don't have all the answers. That's where most people turn around. That's where most people retreat. That's where most people convince themselves that staying the same is good enough. But good enough has buried more dreams than failure ever did. Good enough is dangerous. Good enough convinces people to stop growing. Good enough convinces people to stop pushing. Good enough convinces people to settle for a fraction of what they're capable of becoming. Refuse to settle. Refuse to accept average from yourself. Refuse to lower your standards just because the work is difficult. Because difficult is where transformation happens. Every achievement worth having sits behind difficulty. Every meaningful goal demands sacrifice. Every remarkable life requires discipline. There's no shortcut around it. There never was. The people you admire didn't avoid hardship. They walked straight through it. The people who become extraordinary aren't built during easy seasons. They're built during the seasons when everything feels heavy, when progress feels slow, when results seem invisible, when quitting feels reasonable. That's where character is forged. That's where resilience is built. That's where future success is earned. Anybody can work when they feel inspired. Anybody can push when everything is going their way. The real test comes when life punches back, when you fail, when you lose, when you get rejected, when nobody believes in you, when the results don't arrive as quickly as you hoped. What happens then? Do you stop? Or do you keep moving? Because the answer to that question determines your future. Not your talent, not your luck, not your circumstances, your response, your willingness to continue when continuing becomes difficult. That's the trait that separates people who dream from people who achieve. And understand this. You don't need everybody to believe in you. You don't need universal support. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You need commitment. A commitment so strong that your actions continue regardless of who is watching, regardless of who doubts, regardless of who leaves, regardless of who laughs. Because eventually the work speaks. Eventually the discipline speaks. Eventually the results speak. And when they do, nobody remembers the predictions. Nobody remembers the doubts. Nobody remembers the criticism. They only see what you became. They only see the strength you built. They only see the success you earned. They only see the person who refused to surrender. Become that person. The person who keeps going. The person who keeps growing. The person who keeps showing up. The person who outgrows every prediction that was ever placed upon them. There's something that happens when you keep working while everyone else keeps talking. The gap starts to grow. At first, nobody notices. The effort is invisible. The sacrifices are invisible. The discipline is invisible. You wake up early. Nobody notices. You stay consistent. Nobody notices. You keep improving. Nobody notices. Months pass, sometimes even years, and it feels like nothing is changing. That's the stage where most people quit. Not because they're incapable, because they're impatient. They want proof before the process is finished. They want results before they've earned them. They want the reward without paying the price. But success has never worked that way. The greatest transformations happen quietly. A building doesn't appear the day construction starts. A tree doesn't reach the sky the day it's planted. A powerful mind isn't built in a weekend. Everything meaningful takes time. That's why patience is a weapon. Not passive patience, active patience. The kind where you keep working while waiting. The kind where you keep building while doubting. The kind where you keep showing up even when there is no evidence that it's working. Because eventually the work compounds. Eventually the effort accumulates. Eventually the discipline creates momentum. And momentum changes everything. One day the things that once felt impossible start feeling normal. The workout that exhausted you becomes easy. The challenge that scared you becomes familiar. The goal that seemed distant becomes achievable. That's what growth looks like. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens gradually, then suddenly. And when that moment arrives, people call it luck. They call it talent. They call it perfect timing. They call it breakthrough. What they don't see are the years behind it. The sacrifices, the failures, the lonely mornings, the difficult nights, the moments when you wanted to quit but didn't. People only see the victory. They rarely see the battle. That's why you must stop chasing recognition. Recognition is unreliable. Some people won't acknowledge your growth no matter how much you achieve. Some people will continue seeing you as the person you used to be. Let them. Your job is not to manage their perception. Your job is to maximize your potential. Your job is to become the strongest version of yourself. Your job is to keep growing even when nobody applauds. Because applause doesn't build character. Work does. Praise doesn't create greatness. Discipline does. Attention doesn't create success. Consistency does. The moment you understand that, you become dangerous. You stop depending on motivation. You stop depending on validation. You stop depending on external approval. You become self-driven. And a self-driven person is difficult to stop because they don't need perfect conditions. They don't need encouragement every day. They don't need someone holding their hand. They have a mission. They have a purpose. They have standards. And standards create results. The truth is that your future self is watching you right now. The person you want to become is waiting on the other side of today's decisions. Every excuse delays that meeting. Every action brings it closer. So ask yourself a question. Years from now, when you look back at this chapter of your life, what story will you tell? Will you talk about the excuses? Or will you talk about the sacrifices? Will you talk about why you couldn't? Or will you talk about how you did? The answer is being written by your actions today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. And if you keep choosing growth over comfort, discipline over excuses, and action over procrastination, eventually you'll become someone that even your past self wouldn't recognize. That's when you'll know you've truly outgrown every prediction they ever made about you. Before this video ends, understand something that can change your entire life. The people who doubted you were never the real challenge. The real challenge was always the battle inside your own mind. The battle between who you are and who you could become. The battle between comfort and growth. The battle between excuses and responsibility. The battle between fear and action. Every single day that battle takes place. Every morning you wake up. Every decision you make. Every opportunity you either take or avoid. The outcome of your life is hidden inside those daily battles. Not in luck, not in talent, not in circumstances, in choices. Because success is not a single decision. It is thousands of decisions stacked on top of each other. One disciplined day, then another, until discipline becomes part of your identity. That's when everything changes. Because once discipline becomes who you are, success stops being a possibility. It becomes a direction that keeps pulling you forward, no matter how difficult the road becomes. And the truth is, the road will become difficult. You will face setbacks. You will face failures. You will face moments where all your hard work seems pointless. You will face days where quitting feels easier than continuing. Expect those days. Prepare for those days. But never surrender to those days. Because those moments are not there to stop you. They're there to reveal you. They reveal how badly you want a life you claim to want. They reveal whether your goals are wishes or commitments. They reveal whether you're serious or merely interested. Interested people stop when things become difficult. Committed people keep moving. Be committed. Commit to your future. Commit to your growth. Commit to becoming stronger than your excuses. Commit to becoming greater than your fears. Commit to becoming more disciplined than your distractions. Because one day you'll wake up and realize that the person people predicted is gone. The weak version is gone. The hesitant version is gone. The version that constantly doubted itself is gone. A new person stands in its place. A stronger person, a wiser person, a tougher person, a person built through sacrifice, built through consistency, built through discipline, built through hard work. And that person doesn't need to prove anything to anyone, because the results already did. So when people say they never expected this from you, don't get distracted. Don't become satisfied. Don't slow down. Smile. Stay humble. Then keep working, because growth never ends. There's always another level. There's always another challenge. There's always another opportunity to become better than you were yesterday. And if this message connected with you, if you're committed to becoming more than the world expected from you, then stay part of this journey. Subscribe if you want more messages that challenge you to grow. Leave a comment and share the prediction you're determined to outgrow. Share your experience, your struggle, or the goal you're chasing. Someone reading it might find the motivation they need to keep going. And if you know somebody who needs this message, send it to them. Not because they need inspiration, because they need a reminder that their future is still theirs to build. Now get back to work. The life you want isn't waiting for someday. It's being created by what you do next.